As I stood outside the shop door, I noticed how traffic had increased of late. Everyone rushing to and fro, work, appointments, meetings, all occupying every minute of every day. I happened to glance down and noticed movement in the bushes by my feet. There was a single bumblebee. It speedily went about its work, much like the surrounding traffic, too busy to rest. One blossom after the other, gathering the sweet nectar needed for the hive. As I took time to observe the scene, I began to understand the thought, busy as a bee. I caught a fleeting glimpse as it sped around the plant and saw how cloaked it was with pollen. Something unintentional was happening. With each visit to each blossom, pollen was being left behind. I thought of how my life was seemingly getting busier and busier, rushing from one thing to another, much like the tiny bee jumping from one blossom to another. But what was I leaving behind? The bee left in its wake the promise of new life. Could I say the same? Who needed a life-giving word? Who needed a single loving touch? Had I been so covered with the Father's spiritual pollen that I, even unknowingly, left the promise of new life with all I had met? The little bee went about its daily labor, not thinking about anything other than its work. Yet in it all, it spread life to the plants visited. Can I say the same? Do I stay close enough to the Father so that I am cloaked with His presence? For we are to God the fragrance of Christ among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing.